Indiana in the morning, and as always, we're presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS. Oh, the hot stove, sure. The hot stove is something we love to gather around and talk baseball, and let's talk Altoona Curve baseball today with the brand new general manager of the Altoona Curve, Derek DeMar Martin. Comes to us from Myrtle Beach to Pennsylvania. Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. It's good to have you with us here today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you replaced Rob Egan, was there for a lot of years with the Curve.
He was.
Yeah.
He was, I think, from 2008. He was the GM for.
Yeah.
And I got to work with Rob. We had a good relationship whenever I was with Altoona on my first stint.
Mm-hmm.
He was a broadcaster, and I was in ticket sales.
Yeah. And most recently with Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that's I left. It's kind of how the story went. There, I was with the Altoona Curve from 2003 to 2007. The ownership group had purchased the team down in Myrtle Beach, and one day I was taken into the office and asked if I'd like to go down and run the Myrtle Beach team. So I said, absolutely. Let's get out of here. So I was there for 20 months from 2007 to 2009. My wife and I were expecting we wanted to start planning for our first child. And so we said, it's time to go home.
There you go. There you go. Back with the Curve. Double-A baseball, too. It's a big step up, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun. What I like about it is no day is the same. And heck, every morning you get up, you drive to a ballpark for work. How bad can that be?
Oh, you're absolutely right. What a better place to work than at a baseball park. That's just amazing. And what a facility it is.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's state of the art, and even being 19 years old, it's still one of the most beautiful places.
Yeah, and there's not a bad seat. You can't find a bad seat in that place. The food is wonderful. The baseball experience is just tremendous with the Altoona Curve, and you know that because you've been there before and for so many years. So let's talk about building a baseball team in the off season. So much of what you do in terms of a general manager is you do have that involvement, the whole build the team aspect of it, working with the Pirates. But then the general manager's job at Double-A and in the minor leagues, it's a whole different thing than what we envision when we think of a guy like Neil Huntington.
That's correct. And I get that a lot just walking around Altoona. How's the team look this year? I was like, honestly, the Pirates handle, I always say, within the white lines.
Yeah.
And then I look after everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I work closely with the Pirates to make sure that the players and the coaches and manager Mike Ryan, hometown Indiana boy, will have everything that they need, that they're comfortable to enjoy their time in Altoona.
Yeah. Michael Ryan, of course, from right here in Indiana. And I know that Michael's dream has been to get back up here and be a manager within the Pirates system. One day he may be there at PNC Park on the staff there, but it's a tremendous step for him. And it's just a great feeling with Altoona Curve baseball. One of the great experiences of Altoona Curve baseball is the actual ballpark atmosphere. The people who work there, the vendors, the ushers. It really is a family atmosphere, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we pride ourselves, that it's a family-friendly environment there. I have, similar to Mike Ryan, I have young boys, and we just had a little girl, and it's a great place for my kids to grow up. It's a safe environment. They can go around, run to the kid zone. You don't really have to worry too much about them. Everyone, like you had said, it's from the ushers to the fans. Everyone is very family friendly, and that's how we're oriented, and that's really what brings me to the Curve, because their values and my values really line up.
I get a kick out of how the ushers, after one or two games, when you go to the game, they know who you are.
Absolutely. And they do a great job with it. And that's part of that fan interaction there. It's the ushers truly love it. They want to get to know all the fans, and the fans feel like $1 million whenever an usher calls them out by name.
Yeah, absolutely. you're going to make this, of course, into what is a typical Curve experience, which is so family and so fan-friendly. A part of that is promotions, and you put that together each year, and the Curve does such a great job of bringing people in. Nathan Bowen is with us, the Director of Group Sales as well from the Altoona Curve. And Nathan, you can weigh in on this as well. When it gets to the off-season, you start building that schedule of events for the coming season. I don't know how difficult it is for you to do that, but I know that in the end, the end product must be fun to put together and just take a look at what you have coming.
The most common question that we probably get as front office employees is, what do you do during the off-season? A lot of people think we just go home or our hours get a lot shorter, but really the months, especially in the fall, directly following the season, we spend so much time just building and setting up promotions, different events for every day during the regular season. When you play 70 home games, it's a lot different than either like basketball or football. There's a game almost every day for a period in the summer, whether it's home or away. So it's really a challenge to kind of fill something each night that'll bring the fans out and allow them a different, unique experience.
Nathan Bowen is the Director of Group Sales, also one of the Altoona Curve broadcasters. Derek Martin is the General Manager, joining us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Derek, as you consider the ball season that is coming up and you look forward to the names that you've heard coming up through that Pirate system, I think Altoona Curve fans this year have a lot to look forward to in terms of, you don't know yet who the Pirates are sending to you, but you know you've got some quality ball players in that system.
Yeah, just looking through the prospects that the Pirates have, it's the individuals, as Nate can talk a little bit more about. It's going to be an exciting year, and we're going through a construction phase right now down at the ballpark. Right now we're in year one, so there's you'll see a brand new ticket office. Right now there is no ticket office there that has been demolished. We're building its, so hopefully that will be up by the end of February. Individual tickets will go on sale mid-March. Right now we're placing all the groups, luxury suites, and all the ticket plans, but then also it's, like you had said, is figuring the days that, like Indiana County Night is Saturday, June 24th. We are talking basically throughout our 60-mile radius and placing each of those nights. So there's some exciting things going on. Not going to reveal probably the biggest
but you
construction piece that is going on, but it is really going to enhance the fan experience down there. So,
something new coming for the Altoona Curve this year. Nathan, you can weigh in on this as well. We're talking, one of the things about this year's team is Michael Ryan's coming from High A Bradenton. He's going to have guys that he's very, very familiar with on his bench.
That's a real benefit when you have a manager come up from Bradenton. We had that a couple of years ago with Tom Prince. And our last two managers have moved on. They're now going to be on the Pirates staff this year in Tom Prince and Joey Cora. It's such a benefit to already have a relationship with a lot of the guys. They see him in spring training regardless of level. You get a chance to kind of look at everybody. But when you spend a whole season with someone, it's a lot different. So he already has those relationships coming in. He knows what to expect, especially from different pitchers and what they can do in certain situations coming out of the bullpen. And that's a Bradenton team last year that he managed that won the first Florida State League championship in team history. So hopefully he can bring some of that winning attitude up here to Altoona. And we've had very good teams the last 2 years making the playoffs, snapped a 5-year drought since 2010 prior to that.
Yeah, I mean, we look at names like Kevin Newman. We talked with Michael on the air last year when he was in Bradenton, and he was saying, when I asked him, I said, Michael, who are the guys that excite you about the team that you're putting on the field? He mentioned Colt Tucker, Connor Joe, some of the pitchers that he was talking about. The fact that he is someone who has managed these guys already, had a relationship with them. In fact, he came from West Virginia. He managed a bunch of these guys in West Virginia, went down to Bradenton. He's just following these guys right up through the system. Derek, I know that he's excited about this opportunity. The fact that you're going to put a really good ball team on the field must excite you as well.
It absolutely does. It's like I said, it's going to be a fantastic 2017. And with Michael, it's kind of different for him. He's following his dreams, but typically a manager does not come from the same state that the team is going to be in. So it's going to be great for his family as well, that he's actually going to, his kids and his wife are going to be able to be involved in really seeing him in Double-A.
Well, here's a guy from Indiana who in the offseason lives in Pittsburgh, and now he's managing Altoona. This just has to be a dream come true for him. We're going to get him on the air with us soon, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, we're so grateful that you stopped by to visit with us today. I see you've got a big old box of schedules there, Nathan, that you're making sure folks know when the Curve's playing and where.
Yeah, we've got the schedule all finalized for next year, and we're just finishing off some of the promotions. We'll have the updated one here in a couple weeks that'll have what's going on each and every night at the field. So,
and, of course, here in Indiana in the morning, every Monday, I think it is. That's the way it's been in past years. I believe it'll be Monday again. We hook up with the Altoona Curve, find out what's been going on the field and what's coming up for that following week. And, of course, we can catch up with you fellas anytime, too. You've always been so accommodating to us, and we'll make it happen. Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming by this morning.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning. As always, we're presented by First Commonwealth Bank, AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM.